Live, local, late breaking. This is KEZI 9 News at 11.
People across the state are remembering former University of Oregon President and Oregon Attorney General Dave Frohnmayer tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'm Stacey Kafka.
And I'm Chenue. Friends and family gathered at Matthew Knight Arena today to honor the man they described as caring, kind, and brilliant. About 1,000 people were at today's celebration of life. Frohnmayer's loved ones talked about his love of music, and as the crowd watched a photo slideshow of the family, the University Men's Choir sang a song Dave wrote for his wife. Family and friends say Frohnmayer's footprint will be left on the University of Oregon for many years to come.
Dave Frohnmayer was a gift to us all. He enriched our lives. He inspired us. He made us want to be better people. He made us believe that we could nurture the community.
We will best honor him by never ever giving up until Fanconi anemia is a benign disease no longer capable of threatening innocent lives.
Frohnmayer lost 2 daughters to Fanconi anemia, a rare illness that often leads to leukemia or other types of cancer. Both Dave and his wife have spent many years funding research to cure this illness. Frohnmayer's family would like any donations in his memory to go to the Fanconi Anemia Research Fund.
Senator Ron Wyden was in Eugene for Dave Frohnmayer's memorial today. He talked with KEZI 9 News about current issues he's pushing for in Washington. Senator Wyden says a health program that provides insurance for children could be at risk of losing funding if legislation isn't passed to extend the program. He's currently working to get a 4-year extension for the Children's Health Insurance Program.
Weeks. 128,000 Oregon kids consider the Children's Health Insurance Program, it's a state federal program, as something of a lifeline, particularly because of its focus on primary and preventive health care.
Senator Wyden's also requesting to extend the Secure Rural Schools law. In the past, it's provided more than $2.7 billion of funding to the state. He calls it a lifeline for rural areas dealing with decreases in timber revenue.
Now, your first forecast with meteorologist Matt Callahan.
And a cloudy start to today, but that didn't last very long at all as we take a look at Storm Tracker 9's satellite and radar imagery. Really not a whole lot of radar at all there, just some cloud cover that did break away as the sun went down, but we're starting to see some upper level clouds coming into the region. So we take a look at current temperatures right now up and down the I-5 corridor. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 40s. For the coast, mid to upper 40s as well. Towards central Oregon in the mid-30s. Now, taking a look at tonight's forecast, we will see temperatures in the mid to lower 40s, fairly clear, but we will see those clouds start to increase as the night moves forward. I'll have more coming up in a bit.
Thanks, Matt. A suspect was arrested on I-5 near Salem today in connection with a deadly shooting outside a Washington casino. The shooting happened around 1 a.m. this morning outside the Emerald Queen Casino in Tacoma. An FBI spokesperson says Jeremy Schlenker was traveling southbound on I-5 around 2:30 today when Oregon State Police stopped his vehicle and arrested him. Investigators say they were able to work with some witnesses at the casino to help track the suspect down. OSP also arrested a 25-year-old woman who was in the car. They say they did recover a weapon.
Oregon authorities say computer maintenance caused a technical glitch that horrified thousands of people, all victims of crime. The glitch sent out thousands of false reports that prison inmates had been released. About 8,000 incorrect notices went out to victims and their families yesterday from the state's inmate database. Bree Day says she was shocked when she got a call her cousin's killer was out of prison, only to find out it was all a mistake.
Instantly horrified. My mom was outside and I looked really quick to see if I could find her because she had taken a bike ride and I just wanted her in the house and know that she was safe.
The contractor says its notification system is used in 47 states, but corrections officials say the glitch was limited to Oregon.
And medical marijuana dispensaries across the country may be getting a break from the federal government. A bill proposed in the U.S. Senate would allow the marijuana economy to develop in places where it is legal. Since marijuana is still illegal under the federal government, dispensaries do not have the same rights as other business owners. Owners are even at risk for repercussions from the IRS or the FBI, even if they are operating in a state where the substance is legal.
Even though we carry over 50 medicinal herbs here at Breeze Botanicals, because I've chosen to include a controlled substance, we are not allowed regular deductions, which is a real big hamper for people that want to open law-abiding businesses.
The bill proposes that marijuana be recognized as a drug with medical benefits. It would also allow for more research and open the door for banks and firms to do business with dispensaries.
Southbound lanes of Delta Highway are open again after a rollover wreck this morning. Eugene police responded to the scene around 4 a.m. after a 57-year-old man called police saying his Ford Ranger pickup had flipped near the Goodpasture Island exit. He told KEZI 9 News he was hit by a car entering Delta from Goodpasture. He says he hit the median and flipped. Police say a Volkswagen GTI was spotted about a quarter mile away. Still no word from police if any arrests were made. A necessary power outage in North Eugene today. EWEB crews were called out to replace this utility pole damaged by a vehicle overnight. The outage affected more than 100 customers. The damage was noticed by a passerby who notified the Lane County Sheriff's Office. Power has been restored to all of the customers.
And a heads up about some road work in Eugene next week. EWEB will start replacing a water main Monday morning at Fillmore Street between West 22nd and West 24th Avenues. Crews will be working in the area from 7 to 5 Monday through Thursday. They're replacing about 2,000 feet of old water pipe that's more than 55 years old. They're asking drivers to avoid the area if possible.
A bench on Pearl Street is slowly taking shape at the hands of one artist. David Hillisland from Oregon Chainsaw Sculpture says he was contacted a year ago about the project outside the Options Counseling Center. He says the property owners noticed the tree was damaging the foundation of the building, but they didn't want to completely cut the tree down. So he came up with the design for this project, which he believes fits with the goals of the center.
When we're done, we'll have an eagle soaring up above, which kind of lends itself to rising above our problems. And then on the inside of the tree, there'll be a big carved out piece that the people can sit inside of the tree.
Hillisland says he's done other work in the Eugene area as well, like the Popeye sculpture on 18th between Van Buren and Lincoln. He expects to be finished by March 30th.
And coming up, we're learning more about the man accused of attacking a TSA agent with a machete, what his family members are saying tonight.
And looking inside John Kitzhaber's final days as governor, how many times he changed his mind about resigning and why. Straight ahead.
I-9 News at 11.
In news covering America, the man accused of attacking a TSA agent with a machete at the New Orleans airport has died.
Investigators say 62-year-old Richard White stormed into the terminal at Louis Armstrong Airport and attacked TSA agents, first with a can of wasp spray, then with that 14-inch blade. That's when a sheriff's deputy opened fire. 3 of the bullets hit White. 1 hit TSA agent Carol Richell, who was running ahead of him, yelling at passengers to get to safety. Today, she talked about the deputy who took action.
Officer Sleeve is my hero. She saved my life. The man was within inches of whacking me with the machete, and she did save my life.
Investigators say White also had 6 Molotov cocktails in his bag. He died from his injuries this afternoon. His family confirms mental illness was a factor.
And a heartbreaking situation in Brooklyn where a malfunctioned hot plate is to be blamed for igniting an inferno that killed 7 children. Fire officials say the children were trapped in their bedrooms on the 2nd floor, all between the ages of 5 and 15. Officials say the children's mother and 1 teenage daughter escaped by jumping from the 2nd floor, both in the hospital, suffering burns and smoke inhalation. But the flames grew too big and too fast to get inside and save the 4 boys and 3 girls stuck in the back bedrooms.
I did have a neighbor call. What awakened him was he heard screaming from a child saying, "Mommy, mommy."
So far, fire officials say there is no evidence that there were any smoke detectors on the 1st and 2nd floor. The children's father was not at home this time. He was away attending a conference.
Prosecutors say 20 people have been detained in Tunisia over links to a deadly museum attack. A spokesperson declined to offer details today. 2 Tunisians trained in neighboring Libya opened fire in the museum Wednesday, killing 21 people. Those suspects died in a shootout with security forces.
Well, tomorrow marks the 1-year anniversary of a Washington state landslide that killed dozens of people. It was March 22nd, 2014, when a mudslide wiped out the Steelhead Haven neighborhood in Oso, Washington. 43 people died. Officials said the mudslide moved quickly, 50 to 70 miles per hour. Tomorrow, families of the victims, along with community leaders, residents, and first responders, will gather at the slide site to honor the lives lost.
I'm Storm Tracker 9 meteorologist Matt Callahan, and lows will reach in the mid-40s tonight. Pretty clear out there as well, but will that be the case tomorrow? I'll have your answer coming up next. Okay, we're done.
Matt Callahan.
And a wet start to your weekend this morning, but it didn't last very long as we take a live look at downtown Eugene. Still dry out there, but that's not going to be the case for long. Now, current temperatures right now, 46 degrees. Pretty clear out there. Winds out of the south-southwest around 5 miles an hour. Now, we did reach a official high for 63 degrees and 44 as a low, so we're about 6 degrees warmer than what we should be, and we're still low on rain, about 7¼ inches to this year so far. Now, current temperatures right now, mid to upper 30s for Central Oregon. As we take a look down the I-5 corridor, it's going to be in the mid-40s, 51 still in Roseburg. As we look down the coast, mid to upper 40s all the way down to North Bend. And taking a look at storm tracker radar and satellite imagery right now, as that sun went down, we saw a lot of those clouds move out of the region, but we're starting to see some high-level clouds making their way just southwest of us and continuing northeast as a larger system is making headway here. Now, this is the low pressure system that's continuing to make its way east into our region. This cold front associated with it will bring with it some showers as well as cooler temperatures and a little bit breezy conditions, especially for you in the coast. As we take a look at Stormcast over the next 36 hours, we do see again those clouds move out of the region, but they start to build up, and like I said, 8 o'clock it looks like for the coast you'll start to see some rain. That's going to continue inland, will make its way to the valleys around noon. It's going to continue towards the Cascades, bring it some snow, looks like about 1 to 3 inches for you, and then it's going to open the door for some more moisture that's going to bring with it about very early on Monday into the overnight hours and continue throughout the whole day into early Tuesday. We're going to see this moisture kind of sit around. At that point, we're going to have a lot more snow as well on Monday. They're talking about 6 to 12 inches as well. As we take a look at the regional forecast for the coast, upper 50s, some showers early and very breezy with gusts reaching about 20 miles an hour. The Umpqua Basin 50s, upper 50s, some showers, and then after that, front comes through, some evening isolated showers as well. For the passes, mid-40s up there. Evening snow, and that snow line is 5,500 feet. Mid-50s for McKenzie Bridge and Oak Ridge. For Central Oregon, mid to lower 50s. Some evening showers as well as for the Willamette Valley. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 50s. Noon showers, and then after that, some isolated events for the rest of the day. As we take a look at the 7-day forecast, for the coast, temperatures are going to be in the mid-50s. That rain will stick around until afternoon on Tuesday with temperatures in the mid to upper 50s continuing on to the next week. For the Umpqua Basin, showers are going to continue until mid-Tuesday. Temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 50s to start the week. For the Cascades, temperatures will be in the mid-60s or mid-30s for the start of next week with snow showers until Wednesday. And finally, for the Willamette Valley, showers until Tuesday afternoon. Temperatures in the mid to upper 50s.
Wow, nice day out, and we got some rain coming. We do.
But at least that rain won't stick around for too long.
Exactly. Yeah, the week isn't too bad. So about Wednesday, we'll start to be really nice for the rest of the week, I think.
All right, well, I can deal with it for now.
Great, thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
In news covering Oregon, we're learning more about Governor John Kitzhaber's final days in office.
A report by the Oregonian shows he went back and forth on the decision 5 times. Kitzhaber says he ultimately decided to quit on February 12th and announced his decision the next day. After he told advisors he planned to resign, Kitzhaber says he naturally wavered on the decision.
There was contradictory advice coming to Kitzhaber from those two camps. The political side saying you need to disclose everything and throw yourself on the mercy of the people if you want to stay in office. And the legal people are saying, whoa, are you out of your mind? Do not do that.
Kitzhaber resigned amid federal and state probes into allegations that his fiancée, Sylvia Hayes, used his office to get contracts for her consulting business.
How on earth does one team stop a tank? The Oregon Ducks are trying to figure that out ahead of tomorrow's rematch against Wisconsin. And if you missed it, Ben Crichton shows you how history was made in Corvallis this afternoon.
And do you have a tip or a story idea? We want to hear it. You can email us at listens@kezi.com or call us at 284-KEZI.
KEZI 9 Sports with Ben Creighton.
The Ducks are headed to the round of 32, and it's another recycled matchup from their tournament appearance last year. Our own Kristen Rogers is in Omaha now with more on the Ducks and the Badgers, presented by Northwest Community Credit Union.
The Ducks faced off against Wisconsin in the same round of the tournament last year, the round of 32. And despite Wisconsin's #1 ranking, the Ducks say they have a better chance of knocking off the Badgers this time around.
Last year to this year, I feel like this team has a lot more toughness and a lot more heart. Even though, last year the team was pretty good, but I feel like, we gave up on some plays last year. We didn't play the whole 40 minutes, and I feel like this team is, more active and more ready to play, and ready to dive on the floor and make them extra plays. And, I really commend this team for really, being the best we can be.
What Joe Young is for the Ducks, Frank Kaminsky has been for Wisconsin. At almost 7 feet tall, the Sports Illustrated Player of the Year isn't hard to miss, and he hardly misses when he's on the court. He racked up 27 points and 12 rebounds in the first round of the tournament.
He's just a unique problem. He can post up, gets his baskets in a lot of different ways. So if you try going big with, a defender, he just takes him outside. You put a smaller guy on him, he puts the ball on the floor, goes post up, and gives you problems there. So a unique matchup, tough matchup. I guess that's why he's Player of the Year and been a tough matchup for everybody.
While shutting down Kaminsky will be key, controlling the glass will be even more important, as the Badgers came away with the win last year largely because they won the rebounding battle. Again, tip-off is at 4:45 on the West Coast on True TV. Outside of CenturyLink Center in Omaha, Nebraska, Kristen Rogers, KEZI 9 Sports.
The Pac-12 was a perfect 3-0 in today's NCAA tournament games. Arizona is back in the Sweet 16 for the 3rd straight year. Utah uses a balanced offensive effort to advance past Georgetown 75-64. Tony Parker's 28 points leads the way for UCLA. And the biggest shocker of the tournament so far, number 8, NC State, upsetting top-seeded Villanova. Well, only 3 times has a Pac-12 team thrown a perfect game in baseball history. None of them claimed by Oregon State, but today in Corvallis, history was made. Drew Rasmussen was 2-0 coming into this game, looking for a 3-0 start to the year. Offense getting going early for Oregon State. KJ Harrison ropes one into right field. Jeff Hendricks comes around to score to give the Beavs a 1-0 lead. On to the 9th, 3 batters away from perfection. First batter flies out to KJ Harrison out in shallow right field. Then a chopper to third base. Michael Gretler able to field it and makes the off-balance throw to first, 1 out away. And what better way to end a historic day than on a strikeout? The Beavers storm the mound in celebration. Rasmussen's 10th K secures the 3-0 victory and the first perfect game in Oregon State baseball history. Of course, his teammates also had to celebrate in a standout way as well.
Did you know going out there? I mean, when did you know? Were you kind of paying attention to?
Well, 45 minutes south here in Eugene, a top 25 matchup at PK Park. Ducks staging a 2-out rally in the 7th. ASU walks Josh Graham to put Ducks at first and second. Ducks trailing 1-0. Next batter, Peter Craig St. Louis reaches and gets a pitch on the outside part of the plate, shoots it back into the gap. That one brings in 1 runner. Phil ends up with a double, and we're tied at 1. Runners at second and third, and Scott Heineman skies one into shallow right field to end the inning and the rally for the Ducks. Arizona State scores the game winner in the top of the 8th inning. Final score 2-1. Ducks are just 1-4 to start Pac-12 play. And also, don't forget, we'll have more coverage of Oregon State women's basketball tomorrow when they take on Gonzaga in the round of 32 up in Corvallis.
Well, lots exciting around Ducks basketball. The men playing well, and the women are playing tomorrow. So who are they playing tomorrow again?
Gonzaga.
Awesome, awesome. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, finally tonight, one dog truly proved to be a man's best friend. Thursday afternoon, 2 swimmers in California suddenly got caught in some dangerous rip currents. That's when Nico, the Bernese mountain dog, jumped in to help.
Nico's owners adopted him a couple months back from a shelter, and he had no ocean experience to speak of. They say Bernese mountain dogs aren't usually known to be swimmers, but some take to it.
He went right out to her, right up to the side of the boogie board, and he swung his body around while he was swimming. And I just said, grab him anywhere you can. And she actually put her arm right around almost his chest. And she's hanging on the boogie board with one arm.
The male also has Nico to thank as well. He was trying to swim out to help the woman and ended up in rip currents himself about 100 yards out. And Matt, can you give us a weather forecast for today?
Yeah. So today, or tomorrow, I should say, we should see some rain heading into our region early tomorrow with high around 57 degrees. And that's going to continue into Monday with showers into early Tuesday. But after Tuesday, once we get to Wednesday, it should be really nice out there.
Wow, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Going to be a nice week.
Have a nice night.